In a world full of noise and spin and shadows, one voice cuts through the lies like a blade through smoke.
Fear no man, fear no evil.
Because the truth is the only thing that matters.
Dance with the devil, walk with the angels, and the truth shall set you free. This ain't for the faint of heart. This ain't for the easily offended. This is where real talk lives. Because if it ain't black, it's white.
Welcome to the one, the only, the Robb Crocker Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Robb Crocker Show. My name is Alex. I'm here with JB, as usual.
Yep.
Here in the studio. And of course, we have the man of the hour, Robb Crocker himself. How we doing?
I'm glad to be back in the studio with you gentlemen. It's good to be here. I came back to a smoldering hot Florida.
Yeah. Killer.
But at the end of the day, I'm alive. So when people ask me what my number of the day was, it's a 1. Whether it's 1 to 10, 1 means I'm alive. Never make it to 10 anymore because of the world that I live in. So we're going to dance with the devil and we're going to walk with the angels and we're going to have a great Tuesday night. We have a spectrum of items to cover. So I cannot wait to see the responses that I get from my anti-Latin American partners at this table.
Whoa.
Nah, nobody's anti. I don't know what he said.
I just hate myself.
Well, you're just a portion or a part Latin American, I think. A little bit of Cuba, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. But as we get started, I want to talk with something that's kind of weighing on me pretty heavy. As playing baseball as a young boy all the way to a point in my life, Little League Baseball is something that every young boy or girl should have the opportunity to play or the opportunity to experience. So something happened within the past couple of weeks that I find disturbing. When you take a team which is a collective group of players and you accomplish a goal, I think number one, that's an astronomical feat. It doesn't matter where you are from in the world. If you win the division or the tournament that you're playing in, you should have the opportunity to advance and play for the Little League World Series. Unfortunately, this year, the Venezuelan Little League team who won the Latin American Championship will not have that opportunity because the wonderful president that we have, that we so much support, has decided that not necessarily Little League Venezuelan baseball players are a threat to America, but Venezuela has been banned to where they cannot get visas to come in the country. So unfortunately, through political horror between America and Venezuela, the Little League Baseball team of Venezuela, JB and Gonzo, is going to suffer to where they're not going to be able to enter the United States to participate in the Little League World Series. So the second place team, a team from Mexico, will replace them. So I think right now, this is an opportunity, which would have been an opportunity for President Trump to show good face and say, I understand that these young people have deserved the right to participate in the Little League World Series. We're going to facilitate a way to get them here to show the world that Venezuela is not a bad country. But that didn't take place. Thoughts?
Well, so how come they weren't let in? Did he say the reason why?
Because all Venezuelans.
Oh, because
the
of
country of Venezuela. So by political, all of the stuff from Secretary of State Rubio, he had an opportunity to say, this might be an opportunity to show the world that Venezuela is going through, it would have been a talking piece. It would have been a space to where you could have said Maduro is what Maduro is. He is a dictator in a country that people don't want him to be operating as the head figure. So there was a lot of opportunities here that I think got missed. And unfortunately, the Little League Baseball team from Venezuela, who won the Latin American Championship, are the ones who suffer.
Yeah.
What do you think, Gonzo?
Yeah, I think it's a tricky situation because obviously that ban's in place against people coming from Venezuela. But to your point, blaming the people for the fault of their leadership, which happens to be the dictator Maduro at this time, it's tough because this is a great example. You have a great team that wants to participate in the league, but due to the international laws, essentially, they can't come in. And then they're basically being replaced by a team that wasn't going to be there originally. So I don't necessarily agree with it, but it's like, kind of like I've said previously, it's hard to enact laws and then kind of go back on it and make exceptions and say, well, they're
What
accepted.
do you mean? We do it every day, Gonzo.
I agree, but
The
that doesn't make it
powerful
right.
stay powerful and the weak stay weak as those laws are manipulated to help one side of the fence over the other. The Little League World Series is one of the most popular events. It's covered on ESPN annually. So, again, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. This could have been an opportunity, like we always talk about in foreign countries. People don't want to be suppressed. If you're in this regime, you're there holding people back. This would have been an opportunity for the United States to show good face and say, look, we love the Venezuelan people. We do not care for the Venezuelan regime. So as you see this, we have allowed the Latin American champions to come to the United States to participate in the Little League World Series. But instead, we kept a hard line, and you have allowed the second place team to come in the country to participate in the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is this was an opportunity for the United States to be the bigger country and say, here we are, look at what we care about, watch what we do, and I just think that moment was missed.
Yeah, on behalf of Gonzo here, I think we should have really let, the Venezuelans come in.
My home team.
Play. Yeah, essentially. It's true. It's true. I could be wrong, but didn't we have that locally here last year? Or did we win last year or something like that? Or?
The Lake Mary Little League is what you're talking about?
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Little League. Yeah, Lake Mary's champions.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be a great opportunity for, to have an exception there to let them come in and keep playing instead of, preventing a team to come in.
Yeah, and to your point, too, that would have made the administration look more...
Accepting?
I guess so, yeah. That could have been a way for them to say, listen, despite what's going on here, we have to acknowledge that we're not anti-immigrants. We're just anti a certain group of people that come in here and take advantage of the system or create crime and all this and that. But, of course, this team that's been properly vetted and is just, normal people that want to play baseball, they're allowed to come in.
So if they would have handled this situation in a different manner, think of the mindset of the future generations of what it would have done for the Venezuelan people. Mm-hmm. These kids would have been pro-America. Unfortunately, their hearts are broken. And they're going to be, America sucks. They didn't let us come there. So they will have animosity towards America for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
So again, it's just one spot of the day that I thought would be good to talk about where an opportunity was missed. Because you got young men that are doing things right, that are impressionable, that could have been, man, I love America. America's the greatest country in the world. Instead, they're going to sit there in Venezuela. They're going to dwell about winning the Latin American Championship and not being able to be in America to participate. So, it is what it is. It sucks for the young men of Venezuela. So be proud that you won the Latin American Championship. Congratulations from the Robb Crocker Show. And
Exactly.
maybe we'll come see you. Because we've seen the Lake Mary baseball team. Hell,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Maybe it's time to go to Venezuela and see them. That'd be a good trip.
When's the actual final game?
It's a ways away. It's they have country versus country, state versus state. So it happens up in Pennsylvania, and so it's a good venue. It's a good event. Hell, maybe we go watch Little League baseball.
Why not?
We need a trip.
I don't know. Trump usually plays 5D chess, so maybe there's enough time. Maybe something will happen. We'll reverse it. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know.
President Trump, an opportunity to create peace and love for America with the young Venezuelan Little League baseball team. Opportunity in front of you.
It's always next year.
It's very difficult to win consistently, Gonzo.
No, for sure. I know, yeah.
Because I don't even know if the Lake Mary baseball team is even involved this year.
No, I don't think so.
So, well, I do want to take the time tonight to welcome our newest member to the Robb Crocker Show. I don't know if you guys have been watching, paying attention, but we legitimately have a new member with us tonight. JB, I would like to take the time for you to pour me a drink, Gonzo a drink. Gonzo, what's he pouring?
Only the finest of water
We
spilled on the floor.
definitely have the new JB.
Branch and Barrel. We're going to have the flagship bourbon tonight. This is the best whiskey in all of Colorado, scientifically proven, and soon to be the best whiskey in all of the world. This stuff is great. This is our favorite. I'm going to go ahead and pour that for you, Well.
Yeah, you pour it. You pour it.
Yeah, you know, before JB breaks something.
So we will toast our newest member this evening. It is a pleasure to welcome JB to the Robb Crocker Show.
Feels great to be here.
I look forward for you being with us on every Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
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 That's smooth, boys.
It's so great.
That is very, very smooth. So as our newest member, JB, what are your final thoughts on Venezuela in the Little League World Series team?
I think there's time for making an exception. I think he should make an exception. I think they're too young. Those boys are too young to be involved in politics anyways.
Yeah, that's
They
a
should be-
great point.
They should be.
So did everybody just hear what happened? Do you realize we have a new JB? The turn has been made. That was compassion to Latin American individuals.
Well, you have to realize,
Welcome to the Robb Crocker Show, JB.
We do have.
it's also a temporary visa at the same time. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
like I don't get what you can't make an exception for a temporary visa. People visiting here that don't have ill intent. I mean, I know it's hard to keep track of all that, but I agree. Temporary visa, let them come in for X amount of days, compete, and then head back home.
So you take this as a lead-in to the Olympics coming to America,
Yeah, exactly.
World Cup coming to America. So you, as a home country, could universally set the stage. I think we're going to boycott the really good teams from coming to America to give us a better chance to win.
Yeah.
Because most of the football teams, which is also known as soccer, are from Latin America. So think about that moving forward in the future.
And we are hosting the Olympics in next year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the World Cup. So there's 3 significant events left to take place in President Trump's administration. The 250th birthday, the Olympics, and the World Cup. So He has an opportunity to show the world how great America really is.
And midterms, it's crazy timing. Crazy.
And the midterms can't get here and get gone fast enough.
Damn.
Only in time for the general election. Like we said before, it never ends. It feels like it never ends.
What's amazing is it seems like yesterday that we were sitting here talking about election night.
Yeah.
We actually went 2 hours that night. And now here we are 6 months in to Trump's presidency. And it is amazing the success that he has brought to our country. So President Trump made statements, he made commitments, and he's kept every one of them. And I don't think people like that who are on the other side.
Right.
The three of us are pleased and pleasantly surprised. We do have things that we don't necessarily always agree with. Epstein, Kennedy, MLK, and I think there was a couple other things that we anticipated him doing when he got elected. You probably can
It's not over, though, so he still has time.
JB's a firm believer that the chess game is still on.
Now, he
I hope he's right.
He plays 5D chess. I mean, I'm a big believer, but it's all about timing. And I really think that's what we're kind of waiting on right now. But I think there's other things to be, had and figured out before then as we keep going. There's small wins, but those would be huge wins. I really want to see, unsealed indictments and mass arrests long term. But like you said, we're only in the first 6 months.
I look forward to seeing those arrests as well. I can't wait to see. But as we are on the Latin American topic, I want to know why all of the immigration and all of the videos and all of the pictures have dissipated from the media over the past 2 weeks. For 1 month solid, alligator Alcatraz, ice raids. It's gone. I don't know that it's necessarily stopped in the street, but it has stopped regarding mainstream media. I don't know if they realized that a portion of the country voted for that to happen. I know that a portion of the country voted to get rapists, to get child rapists, to get abusers, to get murderers off the street. They're not going to win fighting that battle. They have to admit most Americans don't want that. And they were never able to turn the page to where what I want to have happen, I want Ellis Island 2.0 for Latin Americans. We haven't gotten to that point yet, and I don't know how we get to that point, but it went away. I don't know why it went away. Maybe you guys do, but the conversation has left mainstream media. Maybe it's still taking place because I do see ICE out on the street. I actually saw a couple vehicles yesterday.
Yeah.
So I just want to get the bad people out of America, and I want the hardworking Latin Americans to continue to have the opportunity to stay in this country and be a valuable part of our society.
Yeah. Regarding the mainstream media thing, obviously they have to go through cycles rather quickly now because their whole goal really as a business is to keep people engaged on their platform, whatever it is. Like CNN, for example, they rely on the viewership because they need more viewers for advertisement reasons and everything like that. So obviously they're going to go through different stories rather quickly. And two, regarding the whole immigration thing, you would think that they would be showing that more because it hurts Trump in a way where it's like, listen, he's deporting all these people. Like, look, they've always done it. The ICE is aggressive and they're tearing families apart and all this and that. But I think that the mainstream media is panicking a little bit because they've lost so much viewership over the last 10 years, really since Trump started running and calling them out. they don't really know what to do. They're trying to scramble and find stuff that's actually keeping the viewers engaged. That's my take on it.
I look at college professors who actually are at legitimate colleges teaching journalism. And the student actually needs to be there with a mindset of there's more than one opinion about how to do what I'm getting ready to go do as my profession. When you look at people who did this back in the day, they were unbiased. All they wanted to do was just report a story and let you make your decision which way was right, which way was wrong. Now you actually have news media personalities who are preaching to you that this is it, this is it, this is it. Here on the Robb Crocker Show, we state facts. The Little League World Series, we told a story. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with my opinion that I think they should be here. But you have an opportunity to take that story and do with what you want to do with it. Just like the Latin Americans who I believe who are here legally / illegally, who are participating in society, you have an opportunity to decipher that story for yourself. We're not telling you one way or the other. We're giving you the information to allow you to make your own decision about it. Just like we did with Alligator Alcatraz. Anything we do, granted, I am always right. Just don't ever forget that.
No.
But you still have the ability to make your own mind up.
Exactly.
We got anybody comment on anything tonight?
Yeah, someone said that TikTokers and YouTubers are the only ones left doing real journalism. that means us too.
Touche. Cheers.
There's a point, though. I mean, a lot of people, especially in the younger generations, are resorting more towards smaller creators that are reporting the news. And generally, a lot of the really good ones leave out their opinion. They state the facts of what happened. And then usually, too, for conversation reasons and to promote engagement, they'll say, like, what do you guys think? And then, of course, the comment section shares all the opinions, what people think about what's going on. But yeah, I mean, great point. A lot of people are just going to, whether it's Twitter or TikTok or YouTube.
That would be X.
Excuse me. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to stop calling it that, but maybe
For you.
Did they get rid of the little bird?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's
that's pretty
X
much gone.
now, yeah.
The little bird is gone.
Yeah, there's no more Twitter.
Tweet.
Tweeter.
What do you guys think about having the original and the one and only JB back on the show? I think it is absolutely fascinating. I was so proud of him coming out of the gate supporting Latin Americans. It was absolutely wonderful.
I do it every day right here.
Jared is a great support to the Venezuelan community, speaking personally.
Yeah? So, as we go from the laughter and the humor that we've been discussing, we're going to make a turn to the dark side of the world that we live in. One of the original WWF / WWE originators, Hulk Hogan, has passed away since our last show. And I can remember seeing him in the early 80s. I remember watching him in Rocky III as Thunderlips. Through his life, he's been a bigger-than-life star in the wrestling industry. He's been a bigger-than-life star in movies. He's always been a magnet to attention. I don't know if you guys remember the story, and I'm not speaking of the dead ill will, but there was a sex tape with one of the local DJs in Florida, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted his wife to sleep with Hulk Hogan. That took place. There was a video of this incident. Then there was a lawsuit. Then there was a payout. But he also got caught up in a race conversation where he said some things that were not politically correct. And it's just always, if you are in that spotlight, you have to remind yourself, is this what I really believe? Do I really want to say this? And if I do, am I prepared for how it's going to impact me the rest of my life personally? So he overcame all of the negativity, and he spent the latter part of his life professing his love to God and preaching the word. So I think that shows humanity that it's not about where you start, it's about where you end. So I hate we lost him, and I hope he's resting in peace and having some great wrestling matches and making the higher power happy. So lots of body slams for Hulk Hogan in his future. So I just wanted to give him that a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's I'm not trying to be harsh. It's a little bit of good and a little bit of bad.
Yeah.
But he touched a lot of people's lives as they grew up.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. You had Ozzy Osbourne, and then the very next day, he went as well. So it was like, dang.
But watching Ozzy Osbourne sit there in the black chair, singing like he knew that was going to be the last song he ever sang.
Yeah.
With the passion that he sang, and I've watched the videos, it was awesome. It was a great sight.
Yeah.
So, and through that process, I found me a new entertainer that I've watched and I learned about, that I like. Youngblood. I don't know if you guys know who he is.
Yeah.
But he impressed me. So he's in my playlist now on my Apple iTunes. So one man dies, another man comes into the fray.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go to the dark side. As I tell everybody, if it's not black, it's got to be white. And unfortunately, when you start talking about black and you start talking about white, things become interesting, things become very difficult, things become very misunderstood, and people draw a line to where they need to remember we're all standing on a razor. We all have the opportunity to fall off either side with whatever your thought process is. But either way, when you fall off, you're getting cut. It's about how bad do you want to be cut. Because there is a right and there is a wrong in anything and everything we do on a daily basis. We've all seen how media portrays incidents that are against African Americans. Whether it's a white police officer or a black police officer or the young kid that was up in Kentucky, Ohio, somewhere. But you have to be able to cover the situations fairly. You don't get to unilaterally decide what to report and what not to report. I think I said it last week, Gonzo. Keep your eyes open. They won't lie to you. When you keep your eyes open and you see what the actual truth is in front of you, no one has the opportunity to shop it, cut it, paste it, whatever it may be. There was an incident that took place this past Friday night in Cincinnati, Ohio. And it involved white people and black people. And when you read the articles about how it describes the story, it's not honest. It doesn't tell you the truth. It doesn't say that there was a group, 3 to 5. Any more than one is classified as a group in my mind. A 2 would be a pair. So it was more than 2. So it was a group of white individuals were in an area. Again, it was after 2 o'clock at night. And I've said this over and over and over again. Nothing good happens after 2 o'clock at night. Don't put yourself in that position, and you can avoid what happened here. Whether it's right or wrong, if you weren't there, it would have never happened, JB. But unfortunately, this incident happened. So there was a group of white individuals walking down the street. I don't have, and I'm not fortunate enough to know what happened or what led up to this incident. But again, there was a group of white people. Then there was a crowd of black people. The 3 to 5 was a group. 20 to 30 is a crowd. I showed both of you the video before the show tonight, so you would have preface of what I wanted to talk about. If one person wants to fight one person, that is what it is. It's a fight. If someone walks up behind an individual and hits them unexpectedly, that's an assault. You weren't looking at me. You weren't looking at me. You didn't know that we were getting ready to get it on. You walked up. The 3 of us are out with our wives, or you with your right hand. We're all downtown, wherever. But someone walks up and hits you from the back. What's your initial response?
Fight back.
So that's what. But when you're in a group of 3 to 5 and there's 30 to 40, how do you fight back?
It's overwhelming, yeah.
It's very overwhelming. And the video that I showed both of you before the show tonight was very disturbing. One individual got hit from the back. And I'm going to preface one more time. I don't know what led up to the event, but I know what's right and I know what's wrong. So, when you walk up behind a man and hit him unexpectedly, he falls to the ground. Whether he's white, black, this situation can be interchanged any which way you want to do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
So we're talking about right and wrong. I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about right and wrong. Mm-hmm. So the individual was hit from the back. He fell down, and then other individuals proceeded to kick him, hit him, and attack him. This was no longer a fight. This was an assault. Brutal assault on one person laying on the ground. So my question to you both, is that right or wrong? It's a simple answer.
No.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly. So as there are bystanders watching this
And recording,
Yeah.
obviously.
and recording, there is no one helping the individual who's on the ground. So there's other people who are in his group that are not in the crowd. Individuals in his group get hit unexpectedly. It is never, and I've said this 10,000 times, right, wrong. It is never acceptable for a man to hit a woman. So if you're an individual woman, whether you're white, black, Hispanic, whatever color you are, it is never acceptable for a man to hit you and knock you out cold. And while you're laying there, other people attack you. Where is the humanity in the country that we love? Why does this happen?
Well, I think and I'm willing to say this in order to paint the picture, but this group of people, it was a group of black people attacking a smaller group of white people. That's what it was in the video. And essentially, most of the video that I saw was this one white guy getting basically brutally attacked by a bunch of black people. And like you said, like kicking him, curb stomping him, punching him while he's down. I mean, the guy was down, he couldn't get up. And when his group tried to get involved, they also got attacked from behind, which is a coward's play. If you're attacking someone that's not facing you, you're a coward. You're not actually fighting. It's not a fight. So I think that whole situation is wrong. I think people that behave in this way, regardless of what led up to it, you're attacking someone from behind, beating the absolute crap out of them. Whatever led up to it, I don't think it justified that reaction. And if you are that type of person that is only willing to fight in a group setting because you know that you have the upper hand and you're going to win, you're a coward and you shouldn't be doing that. There should be consequences for everyone involved that was on the attacking side. And I mean, this happens all the time. Why this incident went viral, I'm not sure.
The problem, guys, it hasn't gone viral. You haven't seen it on mainstream media.
True.
That's a fair point because we didn't know about it until you brought it to our attention.
Exactly. Tonight's Tuesday night. This happened Friday night. Why? Ask yourself, why have the media not covered this? If the
If it had been
situation,
reversed.
the races were reversed,
Yeah, for sure.
this would have been non-fucking stop.
Yeah.
This is the problem. This is why I led into it with the journalist. Tell the truth. It's real simple. Because your eyes won't lie. You didn't know what I was going to show you. You got to judge for yourself. I didn't preface JB, Gonzo, this. I said, watch this.
Yeah.
And it could have been the opposite. It could have been the exact opposite because we talked about different situations. So I hate that we are at a place in society to where when a certain group of individuals, whether they're white, black, Hispanic, or any other race, feel empowered to hurt people because they have them outnumbered.
Yeah. And to your point, like when you look at this video, it's like, well, this is just another fight. This is why the mainstream's not promoting it. They view it as just, well, this is another bar fight, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But like JB said, if this was a group of 30 white people beating on 5 black people, this would be a hate crime. It's a race war. This would be all over the news.
CNN would pick it up,
Exactly. So to your point, because it was black people, 30 black people beating on a group of 5 white people, that's just another day. There's no news here to report. It goes against the agenda.
This is what's unacceptable in our country. We are all one under the most beautiful flag in the world that people have died for. Black people, white people, brown people. They have all fought for the United States of America. And I promise you, when they were dying and fighting, they weren't fighting for that.
No.
They were not fighting for tyranny on American streets. What we all witnessed in that video was nothing but absolute brutality. You don't have to look, you can block the skin color. Don't look whether it's black or white. Ask yourself, is this right? Whether it's one way or the other. It's not. The Robb Crocker Show does not stand for ignorance, brutality. That was wrong.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Well, especially when women are involved and you see people beating on women who are, defenseless in this situation, that's definitely not right. Like, keep them out of it. If you're going to be stupid, have the men be stupid, but when the women get involved and you start beating on women and kicking them, that's not right.
When an innocent bystander, whether she's black, she's white, she's Hispanic, gets hit in the face by a grown man of any color and gets knocked out and is laying there bleeding profusely, there's a problem. It's not a race problem. It's a society problem. So somehow we need, as Americans, to come together and unite and realize that we're all one. Savagely beating each up, either up or down, however you want to look at it, all it does is intensify the narrative that the media wants you to believe in already. Mm-hmm. I wake up in the morning, I love everybody. I go to bed at night, I love everybody. Everybody's okay with me until you fuck with me. I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic. Leave me alone. I'm going to walk to the beat that I walk. When you choose to interject yourself in my space, physically, is when we're going to have an issue. You can tell me and call me any words you choose. But the minute you decide to put your hands on an individual is when it changes the narrative. Mm-hmm. It crosses a line. In so many states now, so many individuals see what happened there that carry firearms. What would have happened if there would have been firearms involved in this situation?
Yeah.
Chaos would have ensued. Somebody would have gotten shot. I don't know the condition of the man who got beat up, but I know that there were no fatalities. But I know the mental anguish from the individuals who were attacked isn't going to go away.
Yeah.
They're scarred for life. I'm going to go back to the statement that I said about the Venezuelan baseball team. Every time one of those people see an African American moving forward, what do you think is going to be in their mind? Fear. That's not what we are as a country. We don't want to fear one another. I always remind myself of 9/11 how the towers came down and the dust was everywhere. You couldn't differentiate a black person from a white person. All you could see were American citizens.
Helping each other out, coming together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it sucks that we have to have such a tragedy in this country to unite as one group. But just remind yourself, as you hear what we're saying, we're not saying anything other than what's right and what's wrong. When I say, if it's not black, it has to be white, I'm not talking about color. I'm talking about right and wrong. Mm-hmm. That's what I talk about when I say this over and over and over. People have the ability every day to make right decisions and wrong decisions. We walk through life over and over and over every day. We probably make 10,000 left turns. Could be wrong. Could be wrong 10,000 times. But all it takes is to make one right turn, and your life is changed around forever. So I ask everybody tonight, let's try to make a lot of right turns. In saying that, can I have something to drink, please? You
Yes,
got
you may.
anybody talking, or they just listening?
Someone said that it's not always black or white. I like a little mixed girl also sometimes.
Oh my God. Back on topic, please.
Yeah, here we go. So, well, I'm glad to know the Robb Crocker Show touches everybody. They didn't say little girl, right?
That's what they said, but I think they meant like, you know,
Okay.
like small, you know.
All right.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but great point.
Yeah. We don't want to go down that path. So we're going to leave that there. And that gives you something to think about as you walk around. Do you look at people and say, I hate those people? Do you look at people and say, I want to hit them from the back of their head? Or do you look at them and say, man, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy that they're here. And I want to get rid of the division that's in this country. The division is detrimental to America. As we speak about division, there was another horrendous shooting yesterday afternoon in New York City. And once again, the media immediately ran with a narrative. They didn't get the facts before they started speaking. It was a white guy. It was a Hispanic guy. It was a black guy. Ultimately, it was an individual who traveled from Vegas to New York City wanting to go to the NFL office in New York City. He felt that he had brain injuries. He had a concealed carry. He openly walked into a building via the pictures I've seen carrying an assault rifle, and no one said or did anything. So he managed to get from the street to the elevator. He actually got in the wrong elevator. He got in the elevator that took him to Blackstone's floor instead of the elevator that would have taken him to the NFL's floor. But in this process, he managed to hurt/kill 4 people, and he left a note as he cowardly shot himself that he wanted his brain to be checked after he died through an autopsy to see if he had the brain issues that he thought he did. So you have people on both sides. No one's actually caring about the incident. They've immediately blamed guns.
Yeah.
So you have to go back and say, this was a sick individual who wanted to hurt people. That gun had nothing to do with shooting people. It had to do with an individual who wanted to hurt people. It's no different than the stabbing that took place at the Walmart. When crazy people want to do crazy things, they will do them. It's not the tool that they use. It's the mindset that they have before the incident takes place. No different than the driver who drove through the pedestrians in New Orleans. He didn't use a gun. He didn't use a knife. He used a vehicle. When people want to hurt other people, they will hurt other people. Just like what happened in Cincinnati. The individuals had a mindset that they saw a situation that they could hurt people. They hurt people. It's the mentality of the individual that's carrying out the issue.
Yeah, for sure. That's like saying, violence didn't take place until guns were invented. Violence has been a thing for as long as humanity's been alive, unfortunately. But to your point, obviously this was a sick individual who had mental issues, and it's been a while since we've had, or since the mainstream media has had a reason to push the anti-gun narrative, and here they are. I guess it's in schedule with when the midterms start coming up. But yeah, I mean, to your point, it's not the tool that's used, because you can use a car, You can use a knife. You still have the UK, which is one of the most violent places in Europe, and they don't. They have strict laws against guns. Guns are basically non-existent over there, but there's stabbings all the time. People using axes, machetes, whatever. So we have to look beyond the whole gun issue. We have to look at the reasoning why these people are doing it, mental health, whatever the case may be. You have to look past that issue that they want you to look at, which is the tool that's being used. Because why aren't cars outlawed? Why aren't knives outlawed? There's plenty of instances of people using those tools to kill people.
Well, I can tell you one thing that's not going to kill anybody. That's the food from the vineyard in Lake Mary, Florida. One of the finest restaurants in the greater Orlando area. It doesn't matter if you want to go in there from Sunday brunch and participate with Mike, have him make you one of their great Bloody Marys, or you go in there on a Tuesday. They do rest on Monday, so don't go there on Monday because they're all resting for the busy part of the week. You have the opportunity to get some of the best calamari that you can get. Chef Liz will fix you a lobster. Anything and everything that is on the menu is absolutely amazing. And she puts her heart and soul into every special that they have at night. I ask the same question every day for lunch when they tell me what the quiche is. I don't know. I ask, does it have eggs in it? And every time they always say yes. So
That's crazy.
I guess their quiche does have eggs in it, guys. But that's one thing I've never had there. So if anybody has it, let me know how it is. But heart and soul goes into every drink, into every plate that comes out of that kitchen, and that staff will make you feel part of that family. So please check out the Vineyard if you're in the greater Orlando area.
Absolutely. Great spot. Best food in Central Florida, in my opinion.
So, JB, as being the newest member of the Robb Crocker Show, what is your personal opinion of where we stand in the first 6 months of President Trump's
Administration.
I mean, like I said
Thank you.
before, I think he plays 5D chess. There's a lot of things that have to be played out over time. He still has 3.5 years. We also have the midterms. I think there's a lot of great things that he still has yet to do, what we voted for. But, you know, obviously we want, like, the Epstein files released. We do want mass arrest. We do want accountability. But as a society, we have to band together on both sides.
Can I interrupt him for 1 second?
Yeah, sure.
As you said, Epstein, there's been talk about Maxwell possibly getting a lesser sentence or / pardon if she goes in front of Congress and participates in that activity. Do you think that that is right or is that wrong? Should she get a lesser sentence
I mean,
by giving up names?
if that would help crack the case open, so to speak, even though it's been open and closed so many times, I think that if one person can tell and open up the world and both sides of the political aisle can agree and really start going after people and hold people accountable, if this brings to light all this situation, it might be a good thing. You know, similar to different ways they take down the mafia, RICO, other things like that, by getting them to tell on each other as it kind of bubbles down the tree or bubbles up, so to speak. Might uncover a lot of names we never heard of before.
One of the things that I think about the 5D chess comment that you make frequently is Trump played the political party from both sides.
Exactly.
He told AG, don't release it, don't release it, don't release it, which in turn let every libtard and every Democrat, man, you got to do it, you got to do it, you got to do it. So Trump was playing the deep state versus the Democrats. And then once the Democrats started screaming from the top of the hill, this is what we got to do. He was like, you know what? I think you're right. We're going to do it. And now the deep state's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So it is, I don't know if anybody should be pardoned from participating in getting young girls sexually assaulted, but if there's a way to somehow manage to get the actual criminals who were participating in the activity, I think that would be great.
Yeah,
I mean,
go ahead.
I was just to say real fast, like when they bring down parts of the mafia or individuals, you know, from the 70s, 80s, all the way until now, there's always somebody they have to bring in and learn as much as they can to kind of crack the case open, so to speak, and get them to expose as much of the process as possible. Pardon, probably not. Maybe a lesser sentence. I think that this is like one small little breadcrumb that could lead to something much bigger to get both sides to keep pushing to get this whole thing out in the open. Because for the longest time, especially during Trump's first administration, no one really knew about Epstein. You know, no one really cared, especially when his 2007 case was thrown out in Florida. It's like more people have to be educated some way. And exposing this individual in front of Congress would be a great way for like C-SPAN to have it live and just let everyone have their own opinion.
Yeah, I do think that I don't agree with a full pardon. I think that she should be held accountable for what she did. And if she can bring value to the case and expose who else was involved and get other people arrested and put on trial for what they did, I think that it would be, just like any case, maybe acceptable for a lesser sentence because she is bringing value to the table in terms of getting other people arrested. But at the same time, I think that we do have all the evidence we need to persecute the people that were involved. I just think it is being hidden. I mean, I think that the list to an extent does exist. I think we do have the information we need to start making arrests. I'm not sure what the whole play is here. But to your point, if she's going to testify and bring value to the case, we can maybe look at a lesser sentence, but absolutely not a full pardon. No way.
No.
Well, before we wrap it up tonight, guys, I want to thank Branch and Barrel, the Cigar guys, Black Art Gear for participating with us every Tuesday night. It's amazing. I look forward to seeing what the fall brings with the new vodka, some new cigars, new jackets, new sweatshirts. I know no one's thinking about that today at 112 degrees, but
It's right around the corner.
it is. And time moves fast. It never sits still. And if we offended anyone tonight, I'm sorry.
Too bad.
But we told the truth.
Yeah.
That's what everybody needs to take away from tonight. So, Gonzo, as we wrap it up tonight, I didn't get to mention, Cigar guys had a great trip up to the Midwest. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a great trip.
So, JB, welcome to the team. I am happy to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Man, I'm just happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
So, Gonzo, what do you want to get off your shift tonight?
I think, let's see. Unnecessary conflict relating back to the incident that took place in Cincinnati. There's no reason to commit violence for no reason. There's no reason to bring up conflict. Even if you have a disagreement with someone, I think that resorting to violence is the last situation that needs to be had. So basically what I think we should get off the ship is unnecessary conflict and anger management, anger control, not losing your temper. I think we have no place for that in our country, as you've said before.
We talked about this many times, but I think that the lack of accountability, not making any arrests, nothing's moving. Same thing with the mainstream media, not reporting on this incident, people getting hurt, people not coming together as society, and preventing and protecting those people from brutality. We don't have any accountability. We have to really push forward here and hold people accountable. So I think we got to, kick lack of accountability off the ship.
I like that. As we wind down tonight, As a captain of this ship, I always say less is more until more is needed. Well, I want to get everybody off of our ship that doesn't understand less is more. You cannot sabotage yourself as a person. Whatever you may be going through today or tonight does not give you the right to take that out on any other individual. You need to have enough self-control and awareness about yourself to understand that what you do will have consequences. And you're probably not going to like the consequences if you do things that you internally know are wrong. So always ask yourself before you make a move, what am I doing? Is this right or is this wrong? So let's get those people off our ship. Gonzo, ask everybody what they think of your new intro, and let's see where we go. Have a great night.
Absolutely. Do let us know what you think of the new intro. You can see it on the main channel as well. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the notification bell, so you can stay updated with all the new content we're uploading. Go to our Instagram at The Robb Crocker Show for more content as well. But until next week, we'll see you later. Take care.
Have a good night.
Have a great
A world full of noise and spin and shadows. One voice cuts through the lies like a blade through smoke.
Fear no man, fear no evil.
Because the truth is the only thing that matters.
Dance with the devil, walk with the angels, and the truth shall set you free. This ain't for the faint of heart. This ain't for the easily offended. This is where real talk lives. Because it's